Thank you.
So welcome back into 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Mike Lang, Jason Winchell, Leonard Evans again on tap here for our second matchup of your Saturday Diamond State Classic in the St. Francis Healthcare Cup. We just finished up with our first game of the day. 9:15 early matinee tip. Monsignor Scaling, they took down the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Our player of the game, Kateri Poole, with 27 points for Monsignor Scaling. So they head home with a victory here at the Diamond State Classic. And now, Mike, our second matchup here. Reynoldsburg High School, they take on Narbonne High School in another St. Francis Healthcare Cup matchup.
Yeah, and this should be a good one. Two teams that won yesterday beat the teams we just saw before this. By the way, Morgan Palmer led Mount Lebanon with 17 points, and Marion Turnbull, very impressed with her, 15 points for the Blue Devils, just taking care of some business there. And anyway, back here. We got Reynoldsburg back in the white. I was joking with the girls earlier before the game. I said I wanted to see the purple road genies. We're not getting them, so.
There you hear the introduction.
The introductions for Narbonne. Let's start with Narbonne here. We got Janiyah Perkins-Jackson just introduced. Had her on during the first game. Excited to be home. She's really making an impression out there starting for them. They also have the height with Mia Dufresne, number 30. Gives them a 6'3" presence inside. And the guard play between Kia Smith, Delilah Kimball-Gray, and Janiyah Perkins-Jackson. Nice outside game for Narbonne. Then they can go inside to Dufresne. I don't think Dufresne could use a little more beef on the frame. She's kind of on the skinny side, but Narbonne didn't come all this way to go home empty-handed, and they picked up the win yesterday, looking to go 2-1. Reynoldsburg opening the tournament against Elizabeth Seton, who's in the championship game tonight. Coach Jack Purtell joined us the other day, and they got that inside presence with Onuju Izudu, the 6-foot senior center who gives a nice touch inside. Alexia Mobley, the freshman, struggled a little bit in the first game. We'll see how she does today. And Bree Johnson, a nice kind of a combo 5'7" guard, nice outside shot for Bree Johnson. And then Kira Walker and the Millers, Malaysia, and Micaiah Miller, multiple weapons for Reynoldsburg. So this should be a good one. I expect another running and gunning track meet type of game today as we move along. It's funny, Nick, 2 days ago we watched a bunch of games and we can't remember who played who.
Yeah, and some different brackets going on as well. We talked about that. And Reynoldsburg, their head coach Jack Purtell, assistants Clinton Moore, Mitchell Ewing, Dave Butcher. They're in the Ohio Capital Conference. They're the Raiders, and they come from Ohio. And then we look over to Narbonne. They make the trip from the West Coast. They are coached by
Victoria
Sanders. You're right. Assistant Sherelle Holmes, Yuki Hawkins, Quincy Miles. They're in the Marine Conference, and they are the Gauchos. They are in the green and the black. They're going left to right as you see it. Reynoldsburg, they're in the white and purple. They're going right to left. Destiny Hurd can't get that shot to go early. And Reynoldsburg, they get the rebound. So 7:46, this one underway. Our second matchup at the Diamond State Classic on this fine Saturday. Nice move there down low. Destiny Fields gets a little baby hook off the glass to go to get the Raiders started here early in this one, 2-0.
Who got that bucket, Nick?
That was, I just said it out loud.
Izudu?
Destiny Fields.
Destiny Fields, okay. So getting a little, just talking a little all-tournament action here.
There we go, yep.
Apparently our vote has been counted. I didn't know we had voted already, but I think they're picking one player from each team, if I understand correctly. So Destiny Fields on the board, number 11 in purple.
So 2-0 lead here early. Nice move down low in the post to get open. That was Izudu.
We mentioned it. She's got a good presence side, some height, 6 feet, and she's a little bit stronger than Dufresne. You saw her just kind of work with Dufresne there and just missed a shot.
So now it's Bree Johnson now with the ball in her hand. She'll kick it up top to Fields, and now back into the hands of Kyria Walker. Holding, she'll be the ball handler for the Raiders. A minute now gone by, 2-0. She'll kick it out to the wing. Here's a drive. There's Fields again with the right hand. This time no good. Rebound up for grabs. It'll go out of bounds as Mobley couldn't reel it in. But it'll stay with the Raiders down this end.
Raiders playing today, Raiders playing next. Ursuline Raiders.
I played for the Raiders growing up, and there you go. And one down low. You said it, Mike. There's Zudu, and the foul. Count it.
Been impressed with the Zudu. She's going to have a chance here to complete the three-point play. Kind of an unassuming presence out there, but she really gives them some inside offense and completes the three-point play.
And there she is, hitting the foul shot. 5-0 early lead for the Raiders. Narbonne looking to start their offense here as Jai Perkins-Jackson has that ball tipped out of bounds. It will remain with the Gauchos. And I got to say, Mike, the Gauchos, one of my favorite mascots here at the Diamond State Classic.
We love Gauchos.
Perkins-Jackson to inbound. And she'll get it in the corner. It's Kimball Gray. Hurd now lost the handle. She goes down the ground. It'll probably be a travel, and it will.
She rolled over and nicked another for the second day in a row, an all-female referee crew, and we'd like to see that.
6:14 to go now. 5-0 lead for the Raiders. They got the ball back. Some pressure here from the Gauchos. Pressure is beat up ahead, and then stolen. Destiny Hurd comes up with the steal.
She's in some trouble here. Zudo and number 14. I have a 14 on here from 34, Bree Johnson from Reynoldsburg, causing some issues underneath, or outside on the, I'm sorry, for Narbonne. I'm still getting my bearings straight here.
So now they'll inbound, and we're seeing the Mount Lebanon team as they get themselves packed up here. Great performances from them, from all the teams here so far at the Diamond State Classic. 110% what we saw out of all of them.
Mount Lebanon making the long trip back to the Pittsburgh area. Dufresne runs over and a block called. And Mount Lebanon goes 0-3, but you know, I saw some real talent on that team. That Marion Turnbull and Morgan Palmer. So a lot of good players from Mount Lebanon, and they'll go back and play in their league play, and they'll look for Pennsylvania state championships.
And they'll be home, Mike, luckily in time for tomorrow's Steelers-Bengals game, and in hope that the Browns beat the Ravens, because that'll send the Steelers to the playoffs. Similar situation with the Eagles tomorrow. They're going to have to beat the Redskins, and they need Chicago to take down Minnesota. And Chicago reporting yesterday, Eddie Jackson and Allen Robinson are doubtful. So we'll see if that has any effect. But the Bears, they're a talented team. They can get the job done.
And coached by University of Delaware alum Matt Nagy. So maybe he's going to help out his old, well, it's not really his hometown team, but the local team here. Nagy, the former Blue Hens quarterback, back under, I think, Casey Keeler. Or was he under Tubby? I think he was under Keeler. Perkins Jackson shot won't go.
And we got the chance to talk to her last game about her travels back home.
Excited to be here.
That baseline jumper no good, though. They get the offensive
how about
rebound.
the block by Dufresne?
Nice block, but it's not going to be enough as another rebound goes for Alexia Mobley, and she puts it in. A couple rebounds there and got her last one to go. And now we're going to have a bump on Fields. So ball will remain with the Gauchos, though. A 7-0 run to open this one up for the Raiders. And again, the Gauchos struggling early offensively, similar to what they struggled with against Conrad. But again, very early, less than 3 minutes into this one. That three no good, but there's Dufresne doing it on the offensive glass.
Gets her team on the board. Mia Dufresne playing a little stronger game today, as she's already blocked a shot down here, got the rebound, and easy put back. Nice defense by Perkins Jackson, almost causes a turnover.
And now ball winds up back in the hands of Walker. She'll walk it back out. Mobley posting up here in the high post. They get it to the baseline. It's Azudu. She puts the ball on the floor, drives, tries to go over Dufresne, and she'll draw the contact. Dufresne gets her with the foul.
First one as always like watching teams roll in, and here they come.
And Azudu gets that free throw to go.
Azudu.
So the Raiders, Mike, they're coming out here gunning. They were on a 7-0 run to get this one started before that Dufresne putback And a chance to add 2 more here. They do 2 for 2 from the line. 9-2 early lead for the Raiders.
Almost coughed up by Smith. Some good defense there.
And there's Dufresne down low. Too strong. And rebound to the Raiders.
See, that's Destiny Fields got that one. And here they come.
Walker tries to split the defenders, gets the contact, throws it up. No good, but she did get the foul. So 2 on the way from the free throw line for Walker, who looks a little bit shaken up. Might have taken something, looks like maybe a Charlie horse. There, she'll walk it off.
So Narbonne just a little bit of trouble getting started. You know, they should be used to the time difference by now, but it is, this game started about 8:10 local time for them, and it's 11:24 now Eastern time. And they're used to playing in different time zones, but, you know, even though it's been a few days, it's still, they're used to this. This would be 8:24 for them. So that's a tough starting time. A couple of Eastern time zone teams in the first game. That one's up and good.
And we have a sub, 2 for 2 again from the line. This time Walker, she'll take a seat after getting shaken up a little bit on that last play before the free throws. In comes number 5, Micaiah Miller. The guard, freshman 5'7" guard. She'll check in now. An 11-2 lead as the Gauchos, they got to get this ball past half court. They do. They launched up ahead, and some good defense there by Mobley.
It was good defense. Good job by Perkins Jackson. She's not very tall and was able to find Smith way downtown. Crossing pass into the lane to Dufresne. Just couldn't hang on. She had 2 points staring her in the face. Now a trap defense. Could be a little trouble for Reynoldsburg, and I spoke too soon.
And now here's Azudu taking it now all the way off the glass. 2 strong rebound. Mobley up with the right hand. Again, no good. But there's Azudu and a block down low. But they're going to get Dufresne again with another foul call. I believe it's her second or third, Mike.
Yeah, I missed the first one, but she has at least 2.
But again, Reynoldsburg, the Raiders doing it on the offensive glass here so far in the first quarter. 11-2, they are up by 9, 3:48 to go.
Azudu living at the line.
And knocking them down continuously, Mike. Another one good there.
Last 5 points from the line, excuse me, for the Raiders. Dufresne gets to the bench, by the way.
She'll take a seat with those 2 fouls. In comes number 22, Njogu. And now here's drive off the glass, and just a little too strong for Smith.
Mobley wants that pass. She's 60 feet down the court.
She'll spin move inside. Good defense, though, by, I believe, Kimball Gray. And now it's Perkins Jackson's 2-on-1 for the Gauchos. That left hand, no good for Perkins Jackson. She'll no look pass to the middle, and now Njogu will get it back out. And it'll be Kia Smith.
Janai just couldn't get to the right real estate there and get it up off the glass, hit the underside of that backboard, but good defense by Janaya.
She goes down, gets that one, gets it out to Kimball Gray, I believe, who throws it away. So a turnover ball back to the Raiders. Almost 3 minutes here to go in the first quarter. 13-2 lead for the Reynoldsburg Raiders from Ohio. In the purple and gold, again, they're going right to left as you see it.
Reynoldsburg opened the tournament for this bracket against Elizabeth Seton, and there was a timeout called by Coach Pertell before a turnover occurred. They look good so far. 13 points. You mentioned the free throw shooting. How about 7 of 7 from the line for the Raiders?
That's efficiency, Jason. That's efficiency. Jason nodding next to us. 7 for 7 from the free throw line, especially in the first quarter, just to get to the free throw line 7 times with 7 minutes, or 7 times in, 5 minutes so far here in this first quarter.
Narbonne just struggling to get on track thus far. The 2 points from Dufresne, but we've seen balls off the fingertips out of bounds, some missed shots. And so they'll warm up. The game of runs here, basketball, and Narbonne not going anywhere. They're going to play all 32 minutes.
And it's going to be tough. Again, the Raiders, they've got some tall girls down low with Mobley and Azudu, so it's going to be tough for Narbonne to battle. Dufresne's going to have to be big for him today. And now Walker, she'll check back in. 2:53 to go, up 11, the Raiders. And Walker now her 3 off the front rim.
Offensive rebound, though.
Miller runs down the offensive rebound. Walker now over to Azudu. Deep mid-range jumper for 2, no good. And then a foul on Walker as she gets called for the reach down the other end. In the backcourt.
That'll be foul number 4 on the Gauchos. I'm sorry, that was a Raiders foul. That'll be 3rd team foul on Reynoldsburg.
And now it's Kimball Gray. They'll trap her. Here's that double pressure. And
Nice
she spun
spin.
move and split the defenders. Good move. She gets it over to Smith now on the baseline. They'll trap her. A lot of trapping going on for the Raiders. She gets it out down low. And then there's that defense. Great defense by Reynoldsburg. Walker up ahead. She runs it down.
Bree Johnson gets the steal there. And that's her up top. Let's see what she can do with the dishes to Walker. It's a good defense and not trying to force it too much. Looking for a nice open shot like this one right here.
Bree Johnson's 3 is good. Nothing but net. Like you said, Mike, they waited for their shot. They got it and knocked it down. Triple is good. We tick down under 2 minutes. 16-2 lead for the Raiders.
You know, Nick, as a parent, I can tell you, patience with teenage girls, sometimes not easy to get.
And another good trap by the Raiders.
And that went off of Narbonne. Kia Smith tried to throw it off the leg of a defender, and it came back and hit her first and then rolled out of bounds. What did Ryan say yesterday? That's the small players play when you're in trouble. Just go lower and throw it off somebody's leg. Unfortunately, backfires this time for the Gauchos.
They try to force it down low to Mobley, but she's triple teamed. The Gauchos, they come up with the steal. Now it's Smith going the other way, stolen back now by the new sub for the Raiders. It's Leah Goodwin.
Going deep into the bench today.
And now Bree Johnson tries to get it to Goodwin in the high post. She'll kick it back out. Walker's got space for a 3. She lets it fly and knocks it down. And the Raiders, they're clicking here in the first. They're up 17.
Yeah, high-scoring first quarter. Oh.
And they're going to get Walker on the reach. Walker now unhappy with a few of these last couple of reach-in calls, and now she's going to have to take a seat again.
That's her second foul. And, must have gotten a hand.
And nope, they'll say, no, Walker, you're going to stay out there. Instead, she'll check in for Bree Johnson.
We want to be careful not to get the 3rd foul. Here's your Narbonne. I know where I'm going. Straight at number 10.
And I believe it was a 5-second call. As we have number 12 checking in for the Raiders. Elijah Miller. Not sure if she's related to Micaiah Miller.
I believe they're sisters.
I thought that last time. I ended up being wrong.
Well, you know, we're going to.
So I'll go with sisters again this time. I can't be over 2 with the sisters in the same last name here at the Diamond State
We
Classic.
got sisters playing for Ursuline, too.
3 games in a row.
Yeah, we got Abby Rosillo and Emily Rosillo.
And then
And,
too many steps. Yep, there. That'll be Micaiah Miller. So now it looks like if the sisters are on the floor together, Micaiah and Malaysia.
Here comes Monsignor Scanlon out of the locker room. And
after their big-time win over Mount Lebanon.
Nick, the big look is Crocs.
Oh, Team Crocs.
They got the Crocs. They're looking good.
Bringing some of that Bronx swag down to Delaware. 30 seconds now, 19-2.
I think you should wear your baseball cap that way, Nick.
And that 3 is good. Looked like Walker from the corner.
Her second 3.
She says, fine, keep calling me for these fouls. I'll keep knocking down these triples. 22-2, 20-point lead for the Raiders early in this first quarter. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here's the dribble drive, Perkins-Jackson. And I believe they said she stepped out of bounds, or no carry, so she'll get called for the carry. And that was Kimball Gray, excuse me. So 4 seconds for the Raiders, and then a travel again down this end of the floor.
I believe they got her with a foul. Kia Smith.
And I'm over 2 of these last 2 calls. My eyes must not be working.
That's not a good foul with 2 seconds left and the girl not running toward the basket.
2 seconds to go. 20-point lead here for the Raiders. And they got to get a shot off. It's Walker with 2 seconds, and she's not going to get it off, but great defense there. That was Nzogu, the senior, with the defense.
Well, what can you say? 22 points, the 3-pointers, 3 of them for the Reynoldsburg Raiders. and they're in a pretty good position after one quarter. It's 22-2. Narbonne, they just need to find some. They can't get inside on Azudu and the other defenders. There's some great defense here on behalf of the down on Reynoldsburg.
And we're going to take a short break. When we come back, second quarter action live from the St. East Center.
Dover Federal Credit Union.
No matter where you are in life, at every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
And we welcome you back in the St. East Center, and that music you're hearing is Britney Spears blasting through the Diamond State Classic.
Not on my Spotify.
You're going to have to add it. One of my sister's favorite artists growing up, I heard my fair share of Britney Spears.
Hit me, baby. One more time. Did you do it again? Oops, you did it again?
Jay, the video was a video game and everything. Wow, what a time. What a time that was, early 2000s. And now here we are, 2018, on the verge of 2019 at the Diamond State Classic St. Francis Healthcare Cup. We begin second quarter action with the Reynoldsburg Raiders and the Narbonne Gauchos. Both teams out of state making the trip here for a phenomenal tournament. And both teams have a victory so far.
Narbonne just can't get anything going. 2 points in that first quarter. Bad pass, but they get away with it.
And I was going to say, Mike, I'll lead you into that. The Raiders, excellent first quarter.
Yeah, the shooting was there, and the free throw shooting, and the defense. It's a pretty good combination.
And that three just off the mark from Micaiah Miller. Rebound hustled down by Nzogu, and now here come the Gauchos. Turner the kick out, moving the ball around. This is a three. It's up and good. Nothing but net. Knocks down the triple. That's Kaya Smith.
Hit a big three-pointer yesterday. Smith did at the end of the game. He ended up being a winning basket for the Gauchos as they took down, hold on a second, Monsignor Scanlon. That's who they ended up beating. Clock stopped. Okay, it was running there for a second. Hey, look who showed up.
Oh, and he's got gifts.
He's
got gifts.
Returned your hat,
Pop's coming up big time.
There's a steal nearly for, it is a steal for the Gauchos. Jump ball called. It's going to go to the green team. Nick's so happy about his hat. He forgot about the game.
Hat.
I brought my new one today, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I got Hershey Kisses under there. That's my breakfast.
6:47, 22-5. So three-pointer getting the Gauchos started here early in the second quarter.
The good thing, Nick, is halftime's going to be right around lunchtime for us. So
absolutely.
That's a long three for Perkins Jackson.
She took that one from her new home in California. It wasn't good, though.
Julie Collegia had a few of those last night. Unfortunately, Conrad didn't make enough of them.
This three for the Raiders is good. They're hitting everything right now. Elijah Miller knocks that triple down, and that leads back to 20, 6:15 to go here in the second. Nice crossover dribble. Kimball Gray gets in the paint. Nice move. Floater with the right hand is up and in.
Beautiful play by Kimball Gray. Crossed, as you mentioned, crossed over and crossed up. The defenders move a timeout.
Timeout on the floor. 6:05 remaining in the first half. 25-7. 18-point lead opened up by the Raiders here early in this one. And, Mike, both teams, they've got a win so far in the Diamond State Classic, but they're trying to go over 500. They want to get that second win here today.
You want to get the win. You're here, you make the trip. I know the coaches like to evaluate, but everybody wants to win. And, Nick, talking about one of our great sponsors, Ferris Home Improvements, roofing, windows, and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Trust the team voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company 6 years in a row to help you make the best investments in your home remodeling projects. That's Ferris Home Improvements. Stop by our showroom at the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road or call 302-998-4500 today, or stop waiting and start renovating with Ferris Home Improvements. Nick, they got the big Shamrock on the corner of Harmony Road.
Yep, you've
Kirkwood
seen it. I'm
Highway.
sure everybody's seen it.
Right down the street from your alma mater there.
Yep, and I see them. I believe somebody must live in my neighborhood. I see that Shamrock truck and van moving in and out of my neighborhood constantly. They're everywhere, Ferris. You want
Thanks,
to call them the #1 home improvement in the state.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ferris, for sponsoring 302 Sports. As we are back, 6 minutes to go. Quarter number 2.
The Raiders, Mike, playing some excellent basketball here in this first half. Nice move
Look at
down
that.
low, wide open is Goodwin. She was so open, she didn't even know to shoot it.
I was wondering what she was doing.
So that basket good, lead back to 20 again after the nice crossover.
She looked to pass, and she realized she's a foot from the basket.
Turner with the bounce pass down low. Nzogu going to throw this one up with the right hand. Izudu couldn't come up with the rebound.
Nice pass there by Kimball Gray.
And too many steps down low in the paint. And that'll be a turnover for the Gauchos.
Too many of those today for Narbonne. Shooting's just not there yet. Still 27-7. Deficit is 20. Just saw Dodger Wentz from Scanlon. She's heading out the side door on crutches. Hope she's okay.
Still a 20-point game here as we tick almost to the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. The Raiders, they've been knocking down a lot of their shots, though. Turn it over here, and now it's going to be Kimball Gray the other way for the Gauchos. She'll drive, nice pass over.
I thought she'd do that coast to coast again, but she heads up to Perkins Jackson's. Called for the travel.
So a little, the Gauchos coming out a little bit rusty here to start this one. We'll see if they can find their rhythm. 5:07 to go in the first half. They inbound to Walker. And Jada Turner will guard her on the come-up.
Good job by
defense,
Turner.
I was going to say.
She gets the touch foul out by midcourt. That will be, might put them in a penalty here. And will. Looks like Walker's back at the line.
So new crew, and they're keeping this one clean here early, trying to set the tone on some of these fouls.
Coach can't believe the call.
And we've seen, some consistency all weekend here along with the Diamond State Classic. A special thanks to all the referees, again, doing this all in their free time. Out of the kindness of their hearts, again, for great charities here at the Diamond State Classic.
Start that Twitter hashtag, Hug a Zebra.
Yep.
First free throw miss, 3 for 4 for Kira Walker. 9 points on the morning. And the lead's game high 21 now, Nick. Not the right direction if you're Narbonne.
And we'll see again if they can get something to go on offense. Ooh. And another tough fall here down the other end of the floor, and we'll have a personal foul. It looks like on number 11, Destiny Fields. If that's what they indeed did call.
Is that number 1 shooting, or?
I believe it is Jada Turner at the line. So her first free throw is in and out, and the Gauchos, there's a lid on top of that hoop for them so far in this one.
Yeah, Turner kind of bailed out. She was going down the lane, a little out of control and off balance, and got bumped center of the line for 2. But she missed the first one and the second. And Alexia Mobley, that's some height for this Reynoldsburg. Yeah, Reynoldsburg team, and not that tall though. Couldn't catch that pass down court here.
And if you're the Gauchos, especially when you're struggling on offense like this, you gotta have to try to step up and make those free throws. Unable to get those 2 to go. We'll see what they do down this side. On this possession. 4:20 to go now here in the first half. 28-7 lead for the Reynoldsburg Raiders. Now we have the kickball violation. Ball will stay with the Gauchos.
Gauchos is unable to get inside with the height from the Raiders here, and the outside shooting is just not there. If you're not shooting from the outside, you want to go inside, but they can't match up with this Reynoldsburg length.
And it's a very tough matchup on paper. You look down some of these sizes. Mobley 6'2", Izudu 6 foot. Both anchoring the paint for them.
And Dufresne's been on the bench with foul trouble.
Yeah, we haven't seen her since the first quarter.
There's another turnover. It's going to be a jump ball. It's actually going to stay with Reynoldsburg. And Bree Johnson battling in there with, I believe, Kimball Gray.
And Taylor Starks has just checked in for the Raiders, number 2. The sophomore guard on the floor for the first time.
Coach Sanders looking a little frustrated over there. I like the green pants, though.
Get a pair of those before they head back. Under 4 minutes now in the first half. Still a 21-point lead for the Reynoldsburg Raiders. Good defense by Jada Turner. And now the hands off it to Zudu. Got some space off the glass and good.
6 feet tall, and she showed him how it's done on the handle. Well, if you got a big kid who can dribble like that and handle the ball, what an asset for your team.
Now the largest lead at 23. Turner's scoop shot on the baseline is no good, but she does draw the contact and the foul. So a pair of free throws on the way for Jada Turner.
She's shown that she's pretty adept at getting there with the trees and getting to the line. I believe the foul was on Taylor Starks.
So now some subs set to check in for both teams. Micaiah Miller will come in for Taylor Starks, and then you see number 15. I don't have a number 15.
For Reynoldsburg?
Mike.
No, I'll have to check my.
No, for Narbonne.
Angel and Wosu?
Well, either way, Alexa Mobley now in the paint the other way, but she gets called for the travel.
Yeah, it's Angel NW OSU. Travel call on Mobley is she tried to make the spin move. Spun just a little too much. 3:08 to go, and Nick's making a little adjustment to his score sheet there.
Max Preps, usually a big fan. You left out number 15 for me this time. Here's Jada Turner now in the drive and kick.
We've had a few uniform number changes this week.
And that ball is going to be picked and stolen. It's Fields the other way. 1-on-2. She goes up anyway with the left hand. Too strong rebound to who else but Mobley, who gets physical under the paint, and it'll be a tie-up. So jump ball, I believe, ball back to the Gauchos.
Yeah, she tossed Delilah Kimball Gray like the old ragdoll there, but Kimball Gray, to her credit, able to cause the.
And no subs.
And we have a
illegal sub maybe or something going on here, just holding up. And we'll just stop play.
The ball was in play.
Yeah.
The ball, she knows rules. The ball was in play, and Mobley headed off the court. They're trying to bring in number 22, Leah Goodwin.
She is right.
And then they blew the whistle and stopping play. This should be an illegal substitution. Because the referees did tell Goodwin to stay on the sideline. They're going to actually allow this, and now they're going to explain it to Coach Sanders, who's not real happy about it. And Mobley's heading in the locker room. But she's not injured. She's moving.
Maybe something else going on here. But, yeah, the ref's going to talk to Sanders.
They had told her to stay on the sideline.
So, not the call you're looking for if you're Narbonne. I might not be happy myself. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah. 2:35, 30-7. Here's the drive. No good off the glass. And then an offensive or defensive rebound, for Izudu down the other end, and she'll get fouled. So 2:29.
Izudu heading back to the line, and she's been pretty good there. 9 points thus far, 7 of those in the first quarter. Depending on the first 3 minutes, probably she had all of them.
And I believe she's perfect from the free throw line. It might not be true now this far.
5 of 5.
5 of 5. So we'll see what she does now this time. 2:29 to go here in the first half, and the Raiders still holding a 23-point lead. In and out, and there's that jinx we love.
Free throw's a little flat, but it probably was our fault. So Zudu underneath, keeping his team outside, and in Narbonne, they're going to have to just find a range from outside because they're getting nothing underneath.
Similar to the Conrad game, as that three is no good for Smith.
That's going to be a foul.
And again, Narbonne slapping the floor, not happy. 2:05, and it can be frustrating sometimes. Some of these teams, you can get a little bit frustrated out here.
I believe that
that's
was
expected.
Foul on Smith. Looks like Bree Johnson's going to be shooting the 1-on-1.
So 9 team fouls for the Gauchos here so far in this one.
You know, Nick, we talked about it in some of these other, not on the air, but these teams coming in and these referees doing their best, and a lot of them working for free. And,
exactly. Yep.
These teams are used to certain style of refereeing, and they always feel like the out-of-state referees just don't get them or don't treat them well. But this is 2 out-of-state teams, so
Yeah.
that really doesn't fly here.
And now second free throw is good. 32-7, 2 minutes to play now as the Gauchos look to get something going. It's been a tough tournament for them offensively. Still able to get the win yesterday, though, for them. Big game, big win.
And a travel call there. And then we have a technical foul on number 3, Delilah Kimball-Gray. She doesn't know why. She's been teed up. That's going to be a personal foul and a technical foul. So 2 shots coming, and then 2 more shots for the foul. So 4 free throws coming for
4 free throws coming
Reynoldsburg.
for Reynoldsburg. Like you said, Mike, the Raiders, and more time to listen to me and you talk.
Yeah, we talked to the referees yesterday, and they're trying to keep a lid on things this year. You know, and we're maybe getting used to it here in Delaware. Maybe some of these other teams aren't used to it. Show a little frustration, they get teed up. Bree Johnson makes the first one. You know, we don't hear a lot of yelling. Haven't heard anybody really cursing or anything, but they're showing the frustration, and they got them. So that's going to be, I think that was 10. I thought they had called a foul on that play.
I guess it was
Apparently
just the
not,
technical.
Just the technical, which is also a personal. 34-7 to score. So he's going from bad to worse here for Narbonne. They may head to the airport at halftime, Nick.
And the Raiders, though, they've been playing a phenomenal game here early, and now it's Fields in the paint. Good defense down low, though.
Nice block there by 23, Sydney Patterson checking in.
Great block there. And now the Gauchos, nice look down low, looking for Perkins Jackson. She couldn't handle it, able to kick it back out. And then we'll have a foul on the floor.
And that'll send them the line for a 1-on-1. I don't know what. I'm not sure what the foul call was. This one I think is
I missed it.
give him a noogie. I'm not sure what this one
Unorthodox.
is here, yeah.
So 1:29 to go here in the first half.
Sure, our buddy
34-7.
Angel Nwosu at the line.
Angel Nwosu, Max Preps. Make note. And here is her first free throw, and it is good. And she gets on the score sheet. 1:29, like I said, to go here, Mike, in the first half. And the Raiders, they've been clicking ever since the tip.
Yeah, unfortunate that this game has gotten out of hand like it has. But we'll play the second half. You never know what will happen.
Absolutely. Remember last game, Mount Monsignor Scantling held about a 15-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Mount Lebanon came raging back, but the Crusaders were able to hold off the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils and come up with the victory.
Yep, take 7th place in the St. Francis Healthcare Cup.
Mobley's got some space down low, power dribble inside.
Loses
Might have
the
been
handle.
a double dribble, and now she'll lose it out of bounds. And I think they said it'll stay here. So Micaiah Miller will inbound for the Raiders. They get it up top to Mobley. Now it's in the corner. This 3-ball for Miller, short.
Oh, nice play there. Heads up play by Jasmine Fields to keep the ball with the white and purple and gold.
Like you said earlier, Mike, the Raiders, they're getting everybody involved, emptying everybody on that bench. Has their warm-ups off. They've been in the game almost. Here's Fields on the drive.
Just call for travel. Coach Jack Pertell can't even protest on that one. Yeah, he's gotten some calls today.
And look at this entrance coming in from the side door. Seasons Pizza.
Hello.
And that ball stolen by Goodwin. Gets it up to Bree Fields now.
Look out behind you.
Now Jasmine Fields.
Another travel.
So we might have 2 sisters as I look down at this roster, Mike. We've got the Millers and the Fields. Now, again, I don't want to jump the gun and assume that these girls are all family. I've been wrong before. And here we go. Gauchos down 34-8. 40 seconds ticking here in the first half. It's Perkins Jackson. She'll cross over. Her 3 is short. Gauchos still struggling offensively. That putback was no good, and now here come the Raiders. Good position in
Wow,
the
no
paint
call.
there, and they're going to call a block. I might have thought she was set, but like we said, we're not down on the floor.
That looks like it's Sydney Patterson with the foul, her second. Nick, I lost track of the fouls
Yeah,
long
this
time
was
ago.
a lot of fouls in this one so far. The last game, a little bit more clean. This one seems a little bit more aggressive. And that will put number 5, Micaiah Miller, to the line, and her first free throw is good.
They're draining those free throws today.
And the second one up and no good, in and out.
A jinxter.
And
That's a jump ball.
And I was going to say, Mike, I think we're 3 for 3 maybe in jinxing the free throw shooters.
Yeah, the free throw jinx is alive and well on this December
today.
29th. It's
One
Saturday.
last
Yeah,
game,
it's
2
Saturday.
so far today already. And the Gauchos will inbound 35-8. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Diamond State Classic, St. Francis Healthcare Cup. As the Gauchos work it, this ball around, they get it to the corner. That's a triple. No good, rebound Mobley. Almost lost the handle. She's able to gather it, get it to Jasmine Fields. And now the Raiders going to go right with it. Micaiah Miller, the shot no good, but there's Mobley on the putback at the buzzer, also no good, and it won't count. We have a collision under the basket. That will do it at the half. 35-8, big opening half for the Raiders. They lead the Gauchos at the half. We'll be back with 302 Sports. And welcome back inside the St. E Center. Day number 3 of the Diamond State Classic. 302 Sports, Nick Alessandrini, alongside my partner for this matchup, Mike Lang. Jason Winchell sitting to my left, and Leonard Evans up top on the camera. And second half just underway here, Mike. Right on track, but a big first half for the visiting team from Ohio, the Reynoldsburg Raiders.
Had to get some lunch there. And Mobley, how about that? Starts it right off.
And we didn't see Dufresne at all in that second quarter, I believe, for Narbonne. She's now back starting the third.
Started out, that was a great play inside to Mobley, by the way. Got loose.
And the Reynoldsburg, they've been at the top of their game all game long in this one, 7:29. Just getting started here in the third quarter, and they find themselves up by 19.
Somebody turn the AC on in this place?
You know, that's the thing about the St. E Center. The temperature can fluctuate from hot to cold. You never know. And now it's the Gauchos now the other way. Perkins Jackson off the glass and good. The former Hodson Silver Eagle getting it done.
Yeah, they needed that. They went inside over and over again and got nothing in the first half.
Fields, her pull-up jumper is no good. Dufresne goes for the rebound. Rebounded, though, by Zodu, and that's her first miss down low, I believe. And now it's Perkins Jackson coming up with it. 3-on-2 for the Gauchos. Her pull-up jumper from the foul line too strong, and she'll get her own rebound.
Good play by Janai Perkins Jackson to follow the bouncing ball.
Dufresne forces that one up with Mobley on top of her. No good. Hustles down her own rebound. Same shot this time, also too strong. Tipped out of bounds from behind. I believe it was Destiny Hurd. So ball back to the Raiders.
So Narbonne got a big hole. You just play the game and try to climb out as much as you can.
Absolutely. And Mike, a big Saturday, not just at the Diamond State Classic, but in college football, the Peach Bowl just getting underway. University of Florida taking on the Michigan Wolverines as that one is blocked down low as Zodu gets her own rebound, no good. And now it'll be reeled in by the Gauchos.
You know,
a little bit weird stoppage of play there.
The temperature in here has affected Zodu, and there's a running shot there by.
She's used to, you know, she was already hot coming in. This cooled her off, this temperature in here.
Destiny Hurd apparently works well in the cool.
37-12 now. Lead to 25.
Yeah, I believe in the playoffs today, right? College football playoffs.
Yes, that's right. Even bigger. Notre Dame, Clemson will get you started early. Alabama, Oklahoma, your primetime game. ESPN will be bringing you that action.
So a little more life here from Narbonne to start. And they're going to get a foul call. They didn't get too many of those in the first half, but they get this call. And I believe – I don't know who the foul's on. I would say it's on Kira Walker. So Kimball Gray's going to bring it in. Yeah, I mean, it's 37-12. It's 25 points. We really can't look at the margin. We'll just have to, you know, watch the play and see how it goes. Ursuline on deck. There's Coach Noonan over there. He's showing his baseball form over there. John Noonan, longtime Ursuline coach.
And this one thrown up off the glass again, too strong. The offensive rebound and a foul on the floor. So Narbonne, like you said, might come out with a little bit more energy. And that'll be number 23, Patterson. She'll head to the free throw line. Yeah,
I'm not sure I wanted to be in that locker room at halftime, but it couldn't have been very happy down there.
Again, making the travels all the way from Western Avenue, Harbor City, California. The zip code 90710. I'm hoping to just make it out there once in my life, out to California. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah. And if you were watching today from the left coast, it's afternoon here, but just barely afternoon, but good morning, and thanks for tuning in. We know it's an early start for you out in Harbor City.
Rebound to Mobley, almost stolen. It is stolen. Perkins Jackson, there she is. And now Jada Turner, the ball in her hand. She'll cross over on Walker. Try to drive in the paint, ball tipped out of bounds, will remain with the Gauchos.
Janai, a friend of 302 Sports.
Absolutely got a chance, you did, Mike, to sit down with her in that end of the third quarter, the last game. And a chance to talk to her about returning to Delaware.
That ball just rolls through everybody's legs and out of bounds. Yeah, Janai did a great job at Hodson. Coach Cooney's here. We're ready. That's Dan's just teasing us here. He's just Coach Dan Cooney from St. Elizabeth, the host school, just teasing us by telling us he took a nap last night, Nick, while we were here streaming until almost midnight.
And again, my apologies, I couldn't be with you guys yesterday.
A timeout here
on the floor.
For Reynoldsburg. The lead is 37-13, and Reynoldsburg struggling on the offensive end to open up after Mobley had that long distance pass and lay in. It's been a 5-point run here for Narbonne. You'll take your small victories wherever you can get them.
Absolutely, and like I said, a very, very tough first half. Shooting the ball overall for Narbonne, like I said, in the first half. But second half, good speech by Coach Sanders. They're coming out. And again, like we said, some of those calls might not have gone their way. Not obviously having a major part in the deficit that they face here in the second half. But definitely can be frustrating, especially when you travel across the country.
Yeah, and we're the homers here, so we're not seeing it. But I'm sure when our teams go to She-Got game or Tournament of Champions, they probably feel the same way when they're playing out in across the country.
Absolutely. And again, we're happy to have these teams in the Diamond State Classic. And Izudu down low, doing it on the defensive end, will be tipped out of bounds, but will remain with the green and black.
I know they get frustrated with the calls, but it's such a great tournament.
It is.
And it's a great cause, and they love their Be Positive heroes that these teams tend to come back over and over again. And we've seen Narbonne here before. And first time I've seen Reynoldsburg, I don't know if they've been here in the past or not. And I know Redondo Union is here more than once. Scanlon's been here before. So just they want to come back. They love being here.
That deep three by Perkins Jackson was no good, and now the Raiders will have it the other way. 4 minutes in the third quarter. Too many steps, though, for Brianna Johnson, and she'll get called for the turnover.
They're all here today. This is a who's who. Coach Maureen Faulkner from Delaware Military Academy in house. I saw the coach from Rider University in the hospitality room. So college coaches are here.
Nice. That Kimball Gray three.
A little roast beef in there. No sandwich, no roll today, just roast beef and a deer head hot dog.
I love me some deer head.
You should have got one at halftime, Nick. They're going to be gone.
I was just telling Jay, I was like, I ate before I got here. It's not going to stop me from getting one anyway. But
maybe. They tend to
that's right. That's another
fast.
thing Jay was talking about. If anybody's listening in there, put a hot dog aside for me. 3:56 to go here. Third quarter's 37-13. The Raiders again.
Pretty fast-moving third quarter. Nice save there by.
Right in front of Pops.
Is that Fields?
Yep. Destiny
Fields. Pops would have had that if Destiny didn't get to it.
And she'll get it out to Zudu. And like I said, the Raiders playing very efficient basketball in this one, and then we'll have a walk down low. But a couple back-to-back turnovers. Things getting a little sloppy here in the third.
Yeah, and the clock's ticking along. There's only a grand total of 7 points in this third quarter. Nick, you can always stop at Deerhead on the way home right down Maryland Avenue.
That's true, and get myself one of my favorite, one of the best buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, I think, in the state of Delaware. If you're looking for endorsements, Deerhead, send me something. 37-13, it's still 3:30 to play.
So coming up after this one, separate stream, of course, Ursuline Academy, down the street here against St. John Catholic Prep of Maryland, very good team. And then the home team, the host, St. Elizabeth, I see Julie Karen over here. They play Neshaminy High School, featuring the niece of St. John's coach Chris Mullen, Brooke Mullen. So we'll be looking for the Lady Skins.
And we have our fair share of basketball royalty, if you will, every year at the Diamond State Classic. Always getting our fair share of somebody you're bound to know. Good defense by the Gauchos. Up ahead now. Way to let her run by there. Good play. That's Perkins Jackson.
Yeah, and she caused that. She caused that turnover, and then was rewarded with the layup on the other end. So Janiyah Perkins Jackson, 4 points in this third quarter. The deficit's still 22, but Narbonne playing a lot better here.
And if you look now at the Raiders side, they've gotten a little bit sloppy here in the third quarter. Now it's the Gauchos again, this time in transition, defense to offense. Can't get the layup to fall, and that's been the storyline for them so far, honestly, in the Diamond State Classic. Just can't get the ball to go in.
Now, they are playing some good defense. Maybe a timeout for Coach Pertell, a 60-second timeout. Nick, you want to run in and get that Deerhead hot dog? Go ahead. We'll keep you busy here for a minute. We're going to talk about Unique Image. we're all wearing Unique Image products right here, even Pops.
And they're nice.
Unique Image is a full-service custom products company offering everything from apparel to promotional products that actually drive results to graphic design and vehicle wraps. We're going to wrap next vehicle when we're done here. Plus so much more. Visit us on the web at uniqueimage.org or stop by the showroom, conveniently located in the Mill Creek Shopping Center. We've all been there. At the intersection of Kirkwood Highway and Limestone Road. Unique Image, you envision, we create. Now,
yeah,
Nick, on Wednesday night at 8, it's back, the 302 Sports Weekly,
back.
January 2nd from the Buffalo Wild Wings at Christiana. I hope to have some special guests back. I want to check my email now to see if we get a confirmation on one of them. And 8 o'clock p.m., come out, you get the 302 Sports stuff for a chance to win a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card, scratch-off cards,
definitely worth
highlights, guests, recaps, your pretty face and Pat Cariani's a prettier face, and then Jason and I, not the pretty faces. So that's 302 Sports Weekly and Top Plays. And we're going to have plenty of those between Slam Dunk and Diamond State.
Absolutely, and it's a great time. It's like a giant party if you come out there on Wednesday nights. That whole back room is filled up with high school sports fans. It is a great time, so make sure you can check that out if you're free and able to. 2:27 to go now, third quarter. Lead cut down to 22 for the Raiders as Fields drives. No good, but there's Mobley. She has a ton of rebounds today. And now loose balls all over the place, and now a foul.
Unfortunate there. And the referee's going to thought they were getting together, but no.
2:17 now, 37 to 15. The Raiders from Ohio making the trip, and our last team last year from Ohio, Pickerington Central, they went on to win the St. Francis Healthcare Cup. I remember we did their games early last year. They survived in the first round on a buzzer beater by Malaya Perry. And they still keep in contact with Danny and their B-positive buddy here.
All right, so we are
Here's a spin move inside. Izudu gets it, count it, and the foul. You saw a lot of her in the first half. Now getting it going here in the second half. Lead to 24 and a chance to extend that to 25 following this free throw.
Yeah, and all the work done by Narbonne, it's barely able to dent the lead here. And Izudu, you mentioned the presence she's had inside. She puts up another. She had a 3-point play in the first quarter, and now she's got one in the third quarter. She's had a great tournament.
And looking up ahead, Jada Turner had some room, but who does it? Izudu comes up with the steal. Now the other way, Fields. Cross-court pass over to Walker. She's got a space for three. Already has a couple today. Add another. Three from the wing, Kyria Walker. 1:45 to go, and this lead now 43 to 15.
Into the middle goes Kimball Gray. Nice reverse. But they just haven't had luck today.
Yeah, same thing, Mike. We saw it on Thursday. I wasn't able to see them last night in their victory, but they're able to get to the basket. They got some quick guards and some talent, and just once they get in the paint, these layups just haven't been able to fall.
Walker just drilled a baseline three, effortless.
And Walker continuing her very strong game as well in the backcourt for the Raiders.
And she just picked up the ball there.
And a steal. And now Mobley the other way, one-on-one. Off the glass, just a little bit too strong. And there's Izudu for the follow.
She's going to be asking for an assist on that Mobley, but
they're going to have a tough decision, Mike, if this one were to remain like this on your choice for player of the game.
Yeah, Kira Walker and Obanuju Izudu. I'll let you interview her.
Up ahead now, Mobley all alone.
Oh, look at that. It's going to be an
Tries
offensive,
the spin move inside, and
she went in backside first.
Yep, and got her with the body. 48 to 15, the Raiders putting on a display here in the St. Francis Healthcare Cup at the Diamond State Classic. Monsignor Scaling earned the victory in matchup number 1 over Mount Lebanon. Here is our second game of the day. Many more to come here on 302 Sports. The visiting Narbonne High School Gauchos from the West Coast, California, are taking on the visiting team from the Midwest, the Raiders of Reynoldsville.
Just has not gone Narbonne's way. Reynoldsburg playing both sides of the ball. Perkins Jackson, she's been giving it her all today. The effort's been there for Narbonne, just haven't been able to get it done.
Been there all weekend, just these shots aren't falling, not their tournament this weekend. But a good experience, and they'll head back. Having played 3 tough games, that'll have made them a better team for sure.
Yeah, and that's a tough road out there in California. A lot of good teams, a lot of talent in that Los Angeles area.
Micaiah Miller now controlling up top. Crosses over. Pass on the wing. Drive, tries to get it down low to Mobley.
Yeah, the dish was a good idea. I think it's that Patterson underneath. And frustrated with that foul. Not Patterson.
And Mike, we see number 3, that's Cassidy Collins checking in for Reynoldsburg. And like we said, everyone on that bench, they're getting some action in this one.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a 33-point lead. We still have a quarter to go. And Collins blocked.
And now Perkins Jackson, her pull-up 3 at the buzzer, no good, but that'll do it. And after 3, Mike, 48-15, the Reynolds Raiders, they're clicking on all cylinders. We head to the 4th.
What can you say? We'll be back after this on 302 Sports.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think
And we welcome you back inside the St. E Center, St. Francis Health Cup Care action live from Wilmington, Delaware. It's the Diamond State Classic, our second matchup of multiple on tap for today. And the 4th quarter underway. And the Reynoldsville Raiders, they opened up this one hot, and they've kept that going throughout the entire game. And they're up big here in the 4th, 48-15.
Perkins Jackson with the swish.
And there's the former Delaware player, Perkins Jackson, knocking down the jump shot. 7:37 to go.
Nick, we're talking a little all-tournament team here.
Yeah.
Somehow we got to vote, and I'm not sure how. But so we've been doing a little talking on the all-tournament team, and we've seen we're gonna have 1 player from each team, so 2 of them are playing today.
So some fine players in this tournament. You see that one off the glass a little bit too strong for Hurd. The follow is no good. And now a tie up underneath, and possession will, I believe, go to the Gauchos.
Not Raiders.
I mean the Raiders, excuse me.
We have a
timeout on the floor. Well, 7:06 to go. Timeout on the floor. 48-17. The Raiders, they're up by 31. And what has been a very, very good game for them.
Yeah, unfortunately, not too many games that have been blowouts of this magnitude, but it just didn't happen today. And but a lot of close games, and I know that John and Kelly and the committee do as good a job as they can in matching these teams up as evenly as possible. So we don't have, nobody wants to see a game get out of hand. And
sometimes teams just have bad days and bad tournaments and bad couple days. And especially when you travel a lot like these teams do for this tournament, that can also have an effect. So still 7 minutes to go here in this one. As a lot of other teams now starting to make their way, this gym's starting to fill up more and more as the day goes on. And that's what we expected.
St. John's Catholic Prep coming up after this against the Ursuline Raiders. No more Raiders coming. There's a loose ball.
Reeled
Looked like Leah Goodwin tried to turn before she had possession.
So the Gauchos now under 7 minutes, tick down here. Drive, Perkins-Jackson with the right hand, in and out. Like I said, that's been the story, but there's Dufresne on the cleanup.
Yeah, good play by Dufresne. Just be able to stay out of foul trouble in the second half and give them some kind of presence inside. And, you know, Zudu has not scored like she did in the first half with Dufresne out there. Of course, Zudu on the bench now, but.
And now it's Goodwin up top with the pump fake as we, nice bounce pass down low, good vision to find Mobley, and she puts it in for another easy 2. 50-19, Raiders lead.
That's 2 buckets for Mobley here in the fourth, and then good passing, finding her all by her lonesome underneath each time.
There's Kaya Smith. She's going to take a deep 3, and that's nothing but net. She finds her stroke. And another foul.
So like Mobley, I think is she a freshman? We'll find out here in a second for you. What team am I looking? Narbonne, here it is. I'm sorry, wrong team.
Freshman.
Yeah, she is a freshman.
Wow.
Lexi Mobley, 6'2". My guess is that she will be playing Division I basketball somewhere.
And not just the play, though, just the IQ, as I like to say before. She just knows how to make the right play. Perkins-Jackson's 3, and that's back-to-back triples for the Gauchos. They found it maybe here late, but maybe just a little bit too late.
Yeah, they'd have to go on a massive, unprecedented run here, but it's good to see them finally warm up, see some excitement on that bench.
And now the Raiders still looking to keep their offense going. It's Jasmine Fields on the drive, tries to scoop it under with the right hand, and the contact, and again, we have another foul call here. Tough call down low.
2 free throws coming for Jasmine Fields. I think they got Perkins-Jackson on that one.
And that first free throw up and good for, Micaiah Miller. Like we said, possible pairings of 2 sisters on this Raiders team. And Micaiah Miller's second free throw is good.
(52-25). And Nick, my boss is back. The Bishop is here.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. I see him now walking in. We're in the presence of holiness as that 3 is knocked down. The Bishop walks in, and the Gauchos, they've knocked down 3 triples in a row. That one's the second one for Kaya Smith.
He may dispute you on that one, but there's a steal. So they have come alive here.
And still 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Jada Turner. She's quick. Drives in the paint. Nice bounce pass down low. Can't handle it, though. Now it's Kaya Smith again.
Uh-oh. Slow getting up.
Dufresne shot from the baseline, no good. Almost got the offensive rebound, and then they're going to get her for over the back as soon as she gets up.
Sydney Patterson, that poor kid.
Yeah, hustling around. She'll get called for the foul. And I believe, are we walking the floor?
Yeah, it is 18 fouls. You're right. She spent 10, 15 seconds on the floor, gets up, hustles after a rebound, and gets called for an over the back. Another player down in the corner here with the trainers.
Yeah, tough break for the Gauchos now. Under 5 minutes, 52-28 lead for the Raiders, and they've kind of had control of this game from the start.
Up and good. Walker, she's been really good today.
I'm not sure if it did it just get a little bit darker in here?
I'm not sure, maybe the sun went in.
Maybe the sun went in. 4:45 to play here in this one. Second game of multiple on tap for today, giving you the Diamond State Classic all Saturday long, and we're back tomorrow. They'll loft this one deep to Walker. She'll kick it back, as that was Cassidy Collins.
And no call there.
A lot of bodies hitting the floor here late.
Four and a half to go. Narbonne did a good job, though, keeping it out of the running clock territory. They were in danger of having that happen.
And there's Walker again, another triple, this one from the right side corner. Her shot's been going well for her today. That scoop up by Kimball Gray, no good. Mobley the rebound.
Poked loose.
And it'll stay with the Raiders, so Walker with another three, Mike. Adding
She's
to her score total.
gotten kind of hot here in the second half. Well, in the whole, she's had a great tournament, but 3 threes now in the second half for Kyria Walker. And the ball loose underneath. We're going to have a foul call, I believe, on Jasmine Fields. It's only the 4th team foul on Reynoldsburg in this half.
So the inbound of Dufresne.
Yeah, looking for Dufresne. And we got 3 players sitting in midcourt.
And again, 28-point lead for the Raiders. Smith going to take another 3. She's been hot. Just this one almost went. And Turner hustles for the rebound.
That's going to stay on this end.
So now just a few minutes away from completing this one in our first matchup. We've talked about it a few times. Monsignor Scaling, they got to win over Mount Lebanon as that shot is good.
That was Smith. 8 points in the 4th quarter, Kia Smith. So she's finishing with a flourish, making the score much more respectable.
Nice
and it's good to see the hustle here from Narbonne not giving up and continuing to play.
Yeah.
But there's a foul on
They've looked
the
a lot
Gauchos.
better.
They have.
Like you said, Mike, they looked a lot better coming out here in the second half or 4th quarter as well.
Walker back at the line. We're going to total up our points here soon.
Wilson walking in. Looks like he's got a cake on him today. 2 cakes.
I'll be right
Former
back.
referee.
I got to get a cake here.
Yeah.
First one's up and good. Girl can shoot free throws.
Might have to bring him on the air here. Get some of that cake. And there he is. Hoping that's some peanut butter cake. If there's a such thing, the Reese's peanut butter cake.
I'm sure there is. That's probably a Deerhead hot dog cake for you.
In fact, we're going to let you guys watch this final 3 minutes and 24 seconds without us. You don't need us. We're going to get some cake.
So 58-30, some points here lately for Reynoldsburg.
And now here's Kimball Gray, kick to Dufresne, top of the key over to Turner. She'll drive. Baseline gets in the paint. Good defense, though, by number 1. I believe that's Jasmine Fields.
Yeah, just swatted it right out of there, and now she's got the ball looking to distribute.
It is indeed.
Middle's open. She tries to find it, but she's bumped. And I
Another-
think that's Sydney Patterson again.
And like you said, they're trying to call this game, keep it intact, call it close.
Just don't want the tempers to flare, late in a game that's not very close.
And Jasmine Fields' first free throw on the way, no good.
I didn't realize she was shooting on that one.
Yeah. 10 team fouls for the Gauchos, and that one no good.
That was the shooting foul, so 1 of 2.
That one tries to have been saved by the Gauchos. They threw it away. Unable to do so, though, was Nuoso. And
Did you say she made the first free throw?
I thought she missed it.
Okay, so she missed both of them.
Yeah, both of them. So 251, 58-30. 4th quarter action of the St. Francis Healthcare Cup. And then you'll have later on the St. Francis Healthcare Cup championship game, as well as, I believe, another consolation matchup.
Absolutely, the third place
on
game.
tap, 3rd place game. That is your final 2 games for tonight, 5:45 and 7:15. Scheduled for those times will probably be a little bit later, as obviously things can get backed up. That 3 on the way, no good after the travel call, so a turnover. So up next, though, Mike, 12:45 is the scheduled start time.
Yeah, the
Obviously,
best
it
laid
won't be
plans You know, unfortunately today yesterday was just games running long. Today it was an injury that put us back. And Monty Harris in our thoughts as she was taken over to AI DuPont Hospital for Children here in Wilmington. She's in good hands there, and we hope she's out soon and on her way back to the Bronx with her team.
Absolutely, such a great hustle player for them.
An offensive foul there.
Foul, absolutely, led with that off arm.
Yeah, you could say so.
So 4 more games scheduled today. Mike up next, Ursuline taking on St. John Catholic Prep from Maryland.
Looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. Then after that one, we get our share of 2 Delaware teams in a row. Then after that, it'll be St. Elizabeth's High School against Neshaminy High School, PA. And
then Conrad plays after that.
And then you get Conrad again after that. And don't forget about our United SO game. That'll be Middletown and Appo, set for 4 o'clock, obviously pending backups there. So a fun action of basketball here live from the St. E Center today.
Kimball Gray made a shot, Nick, while you're making a note there. Nice little drive. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Leah Goodwin.
So now under 2 minutes to go in this one. And then another day for tomorrow. 6 games scheduled, 10, 11:45, 1:30, 3:15, 5, and 6:45. Again, barring any setbacks, Turner thought about the 3. She'll step in baseline, shot no good.
I believe it was off of, if it was off the frame, it's going to stay down here with the Gauchos.
And Smith going to line up another 3. Made her last couple, though. That one won't fall. Ball back to the Raiders, 1:33 to go.
Press is on. Kimball Gray not giving up.
They're going to apply the pressure, and she does it on the defensive end, and a getter for the foul.
And that's going to result in 2 more free throws. These will be, I believe, Jasmine Fields looks like. So we'll be taking 2 more. So, Nick, just unable to get that offense on track in the game out of the first half. They did score plenty here in the fourth quarter, but Narbonne unable, couldn't do anything in the first half. Barely could get set for a play. Reynoldsburg all over them. Inside between Izudu and Goodwin and Mobley, the size just closed down that lane for Narbonne, and the outside shot's not falling.
And Dufresne left early for Narbonne with foul trouble in that first. She didn't play at all the second quarter.
No.
And that kind of lead, I mean, it took off. I'm not saying that was the main reason why Reynoldsburg has come out very hot in this one today.
They are going to go home, having won 2 of 3 here at the St. E Center. And we have an injury in the floor here. So the whistle, that basket will not count. We have a whistle in the knee. I don't know if that's Kia Smith or Delilah Kimball Gray. Let's see if we can pick a number up. Kia Smith walking is off the. So you're right, Kimball Gray walking off the floor. So it's Kia Smith holding the left knee, and oh boy.
Hopefully everything's okay. Again, something you hate to see at tournaments like these are some of these injuries that can occur. We're going to take a. So 1:11 to go here in this one again. Special thanks to ATI for all their help this weekend and their help in dealing with a lot of these injuries. And we're going to step away for a short second, and when we come back, we'll finish up the final minute 11 here from the Diamond State Classic, matchup number 2 of the St. Francis Healthcare Cup. Our thoughts are hopefully with Kaya Smith, who is dealing with an injury on the court. We'll be back. And excuse me, it was Jada Turner shaken up after the play, I believe, with what looks like, I don't want to speculate, a knee injury. Hopefully she is okay. She has made her way to the bench with the help of the training staff and her coach. So she was able to get up. Thoughts and prayers with her for the rest of this one, obviously. And now we look back to the court, 1:11 to play, 58-32. As a Reynoldsburg High School, they lead. And now they're working around now as we tick down to the 1 minute mark. And here, this will be our final matchup of the morning for the St. Francis Healthcare Cup, as that shot is, I thought it was blocked by Dufresne. It was a foul.
He's going to get called on the foul there. And Nick, with 52 seconds to go, why don't you give him our player of the game?
Well, here we go, Mike. We talked about it earlier, and it was up between two people, and we decided to go with number 10, Kira Walker, the point guard for this Reynoldsburg team.
5 3-pointers today.
5 threes, controlling the offense, the pace, and we'll hopefully have a chance to sit down and talk with her after this one for a brief moment before we get ready for our next game here at the Diamond State Classic. Under 50 seconds now, it's Perkins Jackson.
She's fouled.
And another foul.
And she'll be shooting 2 shots. That's a 2-shot foul.
And there you go, Perkins Jackson. She'll now have a chance to get some screen time here with her family in the crowd. Everyone visiting, coming out to see her play today. Her making her trip back to her former home here in Delaware, as that free throw is up and no good.
She's got 9 points, all in the second half. 8 points for Kia Smith. 11 points for Smith, 3 3-pointers. So they're the leading scorers for Narbonne. Free throw is good, puts Perkins Jackson into double figures.
And a timeout on the floor with 44.5 seconds to play. Both teams might empty their bench.
Yeah. So coming up next, you may see him in the corner there. I see my buddy Courtney Brown, Ursuline Raiders, ready to come out. Looks like there's Kay Woola, who's a junior, I believe, this year she's a senior. Kay's a senior, back from a serious knee injury a couple years ago. So we'll talk more about Ursuline as we get into that game. A lot of new faces for Coach Noonan, and they got a tall order today in St. John's Catholic Prep. Should be a good one. You'll catch that on 302 Sports. A separate stream. All the streams are there, and just got to go click, click, and bing, bing, bada, bing, boom. Get out the fancy thinking box or your phone and tune in and watch a game.
I wore the pullover today. I should have brought the hoodie.
Yeah.
It's getting chilly in here.
Yeah, and I don't have my car that has an extra hoodie in it.
Oh, I appreciate the thought anyway, Mike. 44.5 seconds to go, 27-point lead for the Raiders. They'll have the ball here, and they'll most likely get the victory in this one.
Inbounds for Fields. Let's see if we can get through 44 seconds with no more whistles. And that's going to be a negative.
I was going to say I'm taking the over. Tick down now, 37.5 seconds.
That was just a hell ball. It's going to go to Reynoldsburg, and maybe they just let him dribble the ball out here, but they're still pressing.
Good
Perkins Jackson
defense by
going to get called for travel. What a catch.
But she'll get called for the travel.
Leaving it all on the floor in the 3:02 is Janiyah Perkins Jackson.
And that's something you definitely can say, is that every team here has given 110% the whole way through. And then a foul down low on Dufresne.
It's going to send Goodwin to the line.
Goodwin free throw, no good. Second free throw is also no good. Dufresne the rebound, and we'll see if this will be it. 30 seconds down low, baseline jump shot, Perkins Jackson, no good, into the hands of Cassidy Collins, and that looks like it will do it. Jasmine Fields dribbling it out for the Raiders, and no, Perkins Jackson going to steal the pass.
Wants to go home with 2 more.
And she's in the double digits. So now 5 seconds, 60-35, and that will most likely do it.
Most likely.
As the buzzer sounds. Reynoldsburg, they travel, they get their victory, their second victory of the Diamond State Classic, 2-1. They go home 2-1, and then over for the visiting Narbonne Catholic, all the way from California. Tough tournament for them. They had taken another loss here in a tough fought battle, but a great effort by both teams in this one. And in just a couple moments, we'll have a chance to sit down with our player of the game, number 10, Kira Walker, the 5'6" junior guard for the Reynoldsburg Raiders, who led the way for them today, knocking down 5 triples. On her way to a career game at the Diamond State Classic, at least. And I'll be joined by her in just a few moments.
Where can I watch the game at? Okay.
And now I am joined by Kyra Walker, point guard of the Reynoldsburg Raiders. And Kyra, first off, I want to say congratulations, great game. You guys traveled down here, end up 2-1, positive record here. How's the travel been? How is it coming here to Delaware for this tournament?
It was good. We had to adjust a little bit. First game came out a little rocky, but we got it together next couple of days.
Now today, great game for you today. 5 triples, huge day scoring the basketball. What was going through your head? How are you feeling shooting the ball today? It was going down.
I felt very confident. My team, they put a lot of confidence in me, so just shooting the ball, they got it to me and I made it.
And early in the game, I see you took kind of like an elbow or a knee to the side. You were a little bit shaken up. Did you have to battle that throughout this game?
Yeah, we're all beat up a little bit today, but we still had to come through.
Yeah, huge game for you guys. Big time win on offense and defense. Great game. Congratulations. And
Thank you.
How was your overall experience here at the Diamond State Classic at the CME Center?
I really like it. I like just how much we learned, just being in this environment and stuff like that. It was just really cool and great experience to be out here.
Awesome. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kyra Walker, point guard for Reynoldsburg. Congratulations again. Great game, and congratulations. Safe travels back home.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Special thanks to everyone here for that one. The Raiders get the victory. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more Diamond State Classic. Ursuline, they're up next.